Hi Anushri, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, Meenu. Thank
Okay,
you.
you just reached Bangalore, right?
I just did 1 hour ago, yeah.
Okay, so how was the journey?
Journey was good. I was a little late for my flight, so I was afraid I'll miss it, but I caught it,
Okay,
so that was
okay,
good.
okay. Yeah, let's start with your brief introduction for my viewers.
Yes. So I'm Anushri Goenka. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Sparky. Sparky is a generative AI powered English learning, spoken English fluency learning app. And I'm the CEO there. I look at everything from business to fundraising to growth for Sparky. I'm a computer science engineer and an MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, after which I have 13 years of work experience.
So you are a multi-talented person. You have been working for such a long time. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, IIM is considered, one of the top institutes of India. So is it
Yeah.
overhyped or it is actually really amazing?
I think it is really amazing, but there are two parts to it. One is, the institution itself, the quality of faculty they have, the pedagogy and the approach to teaching that they have is actually really, really great. They borrow it actually from Stanford. So when IIM Ahmedabad started, most of the pedagogy is learned from Stanford and, sorry, Harvard, my mistake, Harvard. The other thing is it attracts the best quality of people. So if your classmates are super talented and brilliant people, you learn as much from them as you learn from faculty. So both things put together, it is really a high quality organization.
Yeah, because my students and everywhere people say that if you get into IIM, then your life is set.
Yeah,
So
but no, it's not like your life is set. There's so much life ahead of that. But
correct.
yes, it gives you a good launch pad to start your career.
Yeah, English should be very good, I think, to get into IIM. Is it so?
Yes and no, in the sense of the CAT exam that you give, you do have one third of that exam is about English and verbal reasoning. So verbal reasoning you're able to do well only if your language and your command on language is good. So
Mhm.
that's a very important part of the examination that you do. After that, in your interviews and different IIMs have different types of processes. So some of them do group discussions, some of them do personal interviews, some of them do both. The medium is always English, right? So it's okay if you're not great at it, but if you're really struggling, then sometimes you will not be able to understand what is being asked, or you may not feel confident even if you know your things, right? If you're not comfortable with the language, then you don't come across very confident, even if you have all the knowledge behind it, right? So I
Right.
would say it is important, but
Yes.
it's not like if your English is not good today, you should not think I can't do it. You can do it.
Where did this idea come from? Like Sparky.
Yeah, so we used to run classes, online classes for children in communication skills, music, art, even English grammar and everything. And we realized that one of the biggest things, or the thing with the most amount of demand, was English. The very, very large number of people who were looking to do that for their children. So first we started in, deepening our product in English for children. And then as generative AI came, I think it became super clear to us that what you can't achieve in classes, at least in group classes, right? Generative AI is so powerful for achieving that through a technology product, which is much, much more affordable, right? So Sparky, if you see, compared to, say, if you're doing classes, if you're doing a one-on-one class, you'll be paying anywhere from, 200, 300, 400 rupees per class.
Right.
You might be doing group classes, you'll still be paying a couple of hundred rupees per class. With Sparky, it costs as low as 1 to 2 rupees a day, and you can do endless amounts of practice on it. And Sparky will also, give you feedback which is personal to you. In a classroom, the teacher has to run the curriculum and run the pace of the class according to the whole group, right? Somebody is struggling more, somebody is faster, etc. The teacher has
Yeah.
to navigate an average, right?
Right.
But Sparky, because it's one-on-one, Sparky adapts completely to your type of learning, your level of English, your interest also, right? So maybe you are interested in talking about music. Maybe somebody else is interested in talking about food and recipes, and somebody else is interested in talking about sports. You can do whatever you want, that type of conversation. And in that, Sparky will teach you how to, correct your grammar, give you feedback on your pronunciation, etc. So it's very, very personal. very, very affordable. So that's what sort of really convinced us that that is what a country like India needs, where people need speaking practice. They still know how to read, they still know how to write,
Correct.
but spoken fluency comes with as much practice as you do, it keeps getting better, right? So Sparky is a great way to do that. And that's how we ended up launching Sparky. And now we have, like, we started with, classes for kids, but Sparky is now used by adults and kids everywhere from the ages of, 4-5-year-old kids to 55-year-old adults.
Okay.
All of them are using Sparky. Not only in India, but we are used across 30-35 countries.
Okay. So that sounds very interesting, because most of my learners, most of my students, they have this one complaint that we want one-on-one classes, but we can't afford them. I was also giving group classes.
That is exactly.
But then I used to think that I was not able to give, individual attention to everyone. Then I discontinued the group classes. Now it's the conversation only that I'm doing one-on-one.
So one-on-one is the best way to learn.
That is the best.
Able to,
So it sounds interesting. And can I watch a demo?
So I'll just show you a demo video. You'll see Sparky, which is the name of the character, which is a fox. Sparky is going to be talking to this user and also giving feedback to what the user is saying, how to say it better. So let's watch the video.
Okay.
Hi. What's your dream job, Leo?
My dream job is accounts receivable in healthcare industry.
That's a well-structured response, Leo. You're aiming high. What interests you about accounts receivable in the healthcare industry?
Because accounts receivable main job role is speaking English in American style. Can you speak like a American style in English, you?
Let's correct that, Leo. Try, the main role in accounts receivable is speaking English in an American style. Can you speak English like an American? Ready for a mock interview?
Yes, I am ready.
Great response, Leo. You're ready. Let's start with, why should we hire you for this accounts receivable role?
Because I am a fresher. I studied BSc Biochemistry. This job role is very suitable for me. So you have selected for this job role of accounts receivable.
A small correction, Leo. Try, I'm a fresh graduate with a BSc in biochemistry. This job suits me well, so I believe I should be selected for this accounts receivable role. What's your greatest strength?
So this video was very interesting, and it's so interesting to see that a fox is going to teach us, and this fox can never judge us. Most of my students, they say that we hesitate. Some of them say, I speak English very well in front of the mirror. I speak English well when I'm alone. But as soon as I'm in front of someone, I get embarrassed. I feel hesitation. So I think this can take care of that.
Yeah, so it does both actually. So it is non-judgmental, so you don't have to feel any fear or any embarrassment, but it's also conversational. If you're doing it in front of a mirror, then how much will you speak, right? Then no one else is saying something to you.
Correct.
The ability to react in a conversation, that you say something which I didn't know you will say, I have to react to that in real time and answer what question you might be asking me. So it gives that practice also, which doing it in front of the mirror is not going to give you.
Correct. English has become so important, even like my husband was telling me that day, he said he interviews so many people. He said there was an IIT graduate and he came for the job. His communication skills were not good. He was rejected. Just imagine an IIT graduate, just because of communication skills, he got rejected. So English has become so important, however talented you are. If you can't express yourself.
Yeah, your brilliance doesn't reach the other person. Right? So I think you are brilliant, but for it to reach the other person, or for you to be able to communicate with your other stakeholders or manage a team, whatever you're going to do in that profession, sometimes you'll be talking to clients. If you're not able to communicate, then your brilliance or your intelligence doesn't reach the other side, right? So that is the problem.
If you are not able to express yourself properly, then you lose confidence also.
Right. Yes.
There is a person who is, standing with some people in a party. Then other 5 people are talking and this person will stay quiet. then he will lose
Yes.
confidence. He will keep thinking that how should I talk when all these people are talking in English?
Right. Yeah.
Do you think it can be better than human teachers or worse than human teachers?
Yeah, I think it's a controversial question. I think humans have a special connection, right? So, like if you're teaching people in one-on-one classes, I'm sure you create a bond with them and you
Correct.
sort of also inspire them, right? So it's humans are of course special relationships, but I think Sparky does a very good job of doing what a lot of human teachers are doing, and some places where it does better than humans, not all places, right? So for example, you might get a student who is doing BSc, is doing a science, they're studying, right? And they might be wanting to talk or practice talking about some technical aspects, either from their job or from their education. Now you may or may not be able to sort of engage in that depth because that may not be your field of knowledge.
Right.
Or there might be somebody who wants to learn about something which from the British culture or from some European culture or something, whatever their interest is. Like somebody is looking at listening to Korean music. Sparky has all of this knowledge, which for a human it is not possible to have. So I think that is one place where the variety of types of conversations you can have with Sparky is infinite, right? And Sparky knows about everything. So that's where it does better than humans. The other thing it does is simultaneous assessments, right? So which a teacher also does, but Sparky, because it's a technology, it's able to talk to you at the same time, continuously assess what you are saying. So over time, it understands what your weak and strong areas are. Right. So, for example, you might be weak in some types of tenses. Past perfect tense is wrong typically, right? So then Sparky understands that that is your weak area, and then it gives you more and more practice of that type, and that is what it sort of personalizes your learning path, which because of being more tech oriented, it is able to do a better job.
That's great.
And I think the biggest difference is it is more affordable. Human teachers are more expensive, and Sparky is very affordable. You can use Sparky whenever you want, as much as you want, right? So you want, like today you have only 10 minutes of time, you can do Sparky for 10 minutes, even after dinner. Tomorrow you can do it in your lunch break. So I think that flexibility also adds to it.
Yes.
Sure, we'll give you a link. You could add it to your description. It's called Sparky AI Speak English Well. It's free to download. It's free to use. So your users could try talking to Sparky, see how they feel, how it helps them, and after that they can decide to buy a subscription. Our subscriptions
They can have
also
a few minutes of practice before they pay anything.
Yes, they can have up to 30-40 minutes of practice before they pay anything. So you can see if you like it, if it works for you or not. And there are discounts that are running, this month. So it'll be great for your users if they want to try something out. Then this month there are also discounts that are available.
And how affordable it is for our viewers? The pricing?
Yeah. So a 1 month plan is 250 rupees, but a 6 month plan is only 599, so 600 rupees. So it's only 100 rupees a month. So if you buy a bigger plan, then it's very cheap. It's like 2 to 3 rupees, and if you get a discount, then it's probably like 2 rupees a day. Otherwise, if you buy the small plan, which probably will not have a discount, then it'll be about 5 rupees a day.
That's super affordable. I think all my viewers will be able to afford it. So yeah, I suggest my viewers
People
to at
also
least
do
use
it
it.
as
Yeah.
People also do it as additional practice product, right? So your students or any other students who might be taking classes, they can also use it as additional practice outside their classes, right? So their progress in the classes will also be faster.
Okay. So the students who have already taken paid subscriptions of other platforms, they can also use it for self-practice.
Yes. It will help them, move faster with the classes that they're already doing.
Right. So this is, a personal trainer.
This is your personal. We like to say it's your friend, right? So when we've designed Sparky, we've designed it to feel like a friend. So it doesn't, it doesn't judge you. It doesn't. It's very fun. It'll give you like memes in the middle, and it has emotions and all of that. So it feels like your friend, and you can talk about anything. So do try it. I think it's a very easy, stress-free, fun way to learn English.
Yeah. So I think my viewers should definitely try it for a month or two to see how it works for them. And you have been, in spoken English for so many years. What advice would you like to give to my viewers?
I think my number one advice is it's a skill that comes from practice, right? There are certain things which are knowledge oriented. Maybe if you want to learn how to file your taxes or read P&L or balance sheet statements, it's about knowledge, right? Once you have understood it, you'll be able to do it. But something like English is like driving or swimming, which no once you understand it doesn't mean you can do it.
Yeah.
You keep doing it.
Yeah.
If you keep doing it, you can get the confidence, and then it'll become like it'll become automatic, right? Like when people who've been driving for many years, when they drive, they don't have to think, they just drive naturally, right? So I think English is like that. It comes with practice. And probably the only other thing I would say is that in India, people feel very embarrassed sometimes, and they feel bad about if the English is not good. But I just like to tell people it's like anything that you don't know, right? If you don't know Spanish, do you feel bad? You don't feel bad if you don't know Spanish,
Right,
right?
right. That is what I
So
tell
why
my
should
viewers.
you should not feel bad if you
It has
don't know
become
English.
kind of a status symbol. Otherwise, we never feel embarrassed because of other languages. If a person is not very, tech savvy, then is it easy for them to use?
Yeah, so it's very easy to use. I think you don't require any tech savviness, right? So it's a very simple operation. You'll see the fox and it'll say tap here to speak. So you just click the fox and it'll start talking to you. It's like after that, it's like a chat interface. Like people will be comfortable, using WhatsApp, right? So it's like a chat interface. Yeah, and we've seen it in the videos for users because very easy to use. It's voice first, right? We want you to speak. So you just press the speak button or the mic button and you speak. And Sparky speaks back to you. There are also features we have to make it easy for people who are struggling with the language, right? So for example, if Sparky says something, asks you a question, you don't know how to answer that, or you're not being able to form the sentence. There are also recommendations for you, right? There's a options that come which give you okay, you can say this. You want to say it, you can say it. You want to say something else, you can say something else. Or Sparky says something which you don't understand. Then you can sort of long press the word and it will translate the word for you into a language of your choice. So you want to translate it to Hindi and translate it to Marathi, to Tamil. You can see it in the language of your choice. So there are these things that are built in to make it easy for the learner to continue speaking and to not feel stuck.
Yeah. And with the WhatsApps, Facebook, and Instagram, I think most of the Indian people know very basic English. They just need to improve it. I think there would be nobody who knows no English. I mean, who is zero at English.
Yes. In India, it's not there. So some products that are popular in the rest of the world, like say Duolingo, it's a very popular product. It's a very good product, but it works for someone who is zero at a language, right? Like Indians are not zero at English.
No, they are not zero at, yeah.
Duolingo type of products don't work.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the product we designed specifically for the type of need that Indian users have.
And here, some people use Chat GPT also to improve English, but that doesn't provide a conversation-like atmosphere.
Yeah, and with Chat GPT, the thing is you have to do all the thinking. You have to think of what should I ask, what should I talk about today, right? And it doesn't guide you forward. So, like I was talking about personalized path, it understands your mistakes, it understands what level you are at, and then it adapts to that. So the next few things that will come for you are customized for you, which ChatGPT will not do because it's not built to do that.
Yeah. Thank you for joining with us today. And it was lovely to, have this conversation with you.
Thank you, Meenu. It was a pleasure talking with you. And I hope, Sparky is useful to your learners. If they have any feedback for us, I'd love to hear. They can write in comments on your video, or, they could write to us. Wishing everybody all the best for their English learning journey.
Yeah, thank you. I'll let you know the feedback.
All right. Thank you, Meenu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.